Professor Pinelli, thank you again for the honor of coming to the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy and for the excellent lecture that you gave. We'd love to ask you just a few follow-up questions to go a little deeper into some of the issues that you touched upon in your presentation. First of all, do you think that the establishment or expansion of the ecotourism industry in a country can significantly help to promote its image abroad? And does this industry hold much economic potential for less developed nations?
Well, I will answer according with my personal experience and also using my poor English, so I hope you will understand. I am familiar with Pakistan, India, Afghanistan mainly, and of course I think that ecotourism and as well as adventure tourism, outdoor tourism, can for sure help the development of the local populations, but under some conditions. One is security. Not always these nations guarantee a sufficient level of security. And the tourists can face some dangers from integralist groups or bandits even. So this something must be solved in advance, because otherwise the news. It's enough that one person is stolen or will face some problem, then the information will spread, and nobody will go back there. There are many other places, for example, Nepal. This is safe. They go to Nepal instead of going to Pakistan or Afghanistan. Second is good services. A level of services is acceptable, and there are not too many problems to be solved every day with the porters, with the horses, or cars. And the third, connected with this, is wise development. I think that the Asian mountains have a tremendous potential to catch the interest of the adventure tourism, tourist lovers, but under some conditions again. One is that they must not accept the temptation to copy or to grab the style of development we had in our Alps. For two reasons. One is that this development was many cases bad. Second, that this development was possible only because Alps are in the center of Europe, with very close to very big towns or cities. So there is a flow of tourism that can never be the same in the Oriental mountains, in Asian mountains. So they will just spoil the beauty of the places without having any real advantage. I think that the appeal of this mountain is that they must remain a true beyond for people that are not able anymore to find solitude, adventure in the Alps, and want to find it in this kind of Shangri-La in a way. This is a myth, but myths are working sometimes. Yes, I think that the tourists are interested in Asia as far as they can find something that is no more existent in the Alps.
Thank you.
All right, and so next question: how can cultural diplomacy be used to exchange ideas and best practices to promote environmental responsibility by the governments and the corporations?
Well, this is a more difficult question for me, because it's not strictly related to my experience. I think that it's a matter of fact that culture in itself has a vital importance. There's always a if. If the culture and cultural diplomacy also will have the stamina, the courage to suggest a different approach, to suggest something different without being afraid of going against the spirit of the time. I think that in this case, this is the role of culture anyway. culture is something that always goes beyond the spirit of the time and find and then suggest solutions that normal people are not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And as a final question, how much influence can we in civil society exert on climate negotiations, do you think? And how can we pressure unelected representatives of companies to act in a way that preserves the environment responsibly?
Again, it's not easy to give a meaningful answer. Well, I think that we must start from personal behavior and peripheric solutions, small peripheric solutions, and to raise the awareness of people, normal people, about these problems. There are so many false myths that we are all following, and if we go and try to understand these myths better, you'll see that these myths are empty. Almost empty of significance and empty of future, completely empty of future. So I think also the role of the environmental organization is important. Although not all the environmental organizations have this kind of stamina, unfortunately. At least according to my experience, which is mainly connected with Italian organizations. In Italy we have associations that are behaving in a way, associations that are behaving in the other way, or opposite way, and both are saying we are the only real environmentalists. This is not fighting one against the other that we can solve the problem. We must, because our enemies are so strong, so big. If we start discussing small details to see and say, no, I don't agree with you because you say this, I don't agree with you because you say that, then it's like we say that while the Turks were invading Byzantium, the people there were discussing about the sex of the angels. This is exactly the same thing. No? We have Turks, metaphorically of course, around our walls, and we cannot discuss about the sex of the angels.